What's up everybody, it's TKE and today I am doing a new video, something that I've never really seen done. So basically I'm just going to have Giannis, and I'm going to try and win a championship with Giannis at each position. So he'll play point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, and center each in one season. And we're going to see if we can win a championship with him in each one of those. Also, the giveaway is still going on, so make sure you enter that. And to do that, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel and then put in the comment section below that you're entering. Shout out to everybody that's subscribing. We're almost at 850 as of time recording, so shout out to everybody for that. So how we're going to do this is we're basically just going to simulate the entire draft, and we're going to pick whatever team Giannis went to, and he just went to the Jazz. So we will become the Jazz, and we will try to do this rebuild with him. And I'm not sure what position I'm going to have him play to start out. I might have him start out at his worst one because he's just going to keep getting better. So might as well get the worst one out of the way because that should be the hardest one. And I'm going to load in draft classes for all this too. I've actually made a bunch and I'll just load them in. They're all available too. This is on Google Stadia, so it's the ones I made for Crispy Flakes, everything like that. So we'll load in my draft classes and we'll check what the roster looks like. Okay, so we will become the Jazz, so I'll have to switch over to them. Let me do that quick. So we are the Utah Jazz, and we have Giannis, Drew Holiday, TJ Warren, Jeff Teague, Jackson Hayes, Kobe White, Kevin Porter Jr., Goga Badazzi. There's a lot of young players on this team. I also got Bol, which is going to be nice because he really will develop pretty well. Yeah, so it's actually a pretty good squad. I'm going to look and see. I probably am going to want to run Giannis at point guard because I'm guessing that's what his worst position is going to be. So center and point guard, he's both a 93. I'll probably run him at point guard for now. So first trade I'm going to kind of want to do is probably try and trade Drew Holiday for something. So I'll throw in this 2020 second round pick with Drew Holiday. Hopefully we can bring in a younger player that'll be around for a long time that can really just stay on this team. CJ McCollum only has 2 years left in his deal, but he would be an upgrade over Drew Holiday. And that's probably what I'll do because I don't really see anything better. And it's just a second round pick that we're sending out anyway, so we'll do that trade. And we will also trade Jackson Hayes. Maybe we'll keep Jackson Hayes. We'll trade Jeff Teague with like Kevin Porter Jr. And we should be able to get something nice because Kevin Porter Jr. has a decent amount of trade value and Teague makes a little bit of money. So I could bring in Gallinari to play power forward this season, which wouldn't be bad, and then his money would be off the books. So I think we'll do that. Okay, so as of now, we have Giannis at point guard. He's 93. CJ McCollum, TJ Warren, Danilo Gallinari, and Jackson Hayes. And we have a lot of young pieces off the bench. Like a lot. So we have some trade value with some of those guys. So if I do like TJ Warren and Jackson Hayes, can I get something decent? I think we'll bring in Mitchell Robinson. We'll also have Rodney Hood to come off the bench. So I know I actually just got Danilo Gallinari and just traded away TJ Warren, but I think I'm going to bring Warren and Covington in, and I'll change Covington to a small forward as always. He'll go up to an 85. And then he can start for us, and we can have TJ Warren come off the bench. So I'm going to bring in this first round pick and Taj Gibson and change Taj Gibson to a power forward. He should go up to like an 80 probably. And yep, he does go up to an 80. Off the bench now, I have too many small forwards, so I'll trade Rodney Hood, Glenn Robinson, and bring in like a shooting guard and a backup center, and then we should be pretty good. I still have a bunch of picks, but I don't want to use them all up right now. So Rodney Hood, Glenn Robinson, and we'll throw in this 2021 first and see what we can get here. So I can bring in like Bielitsa to be a backup power forward, but I need like a center and a shooting guard. I can bring in George Hill. He can play shooting guard off the bench for us, and he'll probably go up a little bit, plus a first round pick. Yeah, so we'll do that. And it's a top 3 protected pick, but that'll be good to have for this season. And now I just need a backup center to come off the bench unless we want to run Bol at that, but I don't really want to do that. George Hill will be shooting guard, so Sterling Brown, and then the second, just get me a decent backup center. We'll bring in Boban, and that's probably what the team's going to look like for this season. I need to change George Hill to a shooting guard. and he goes up to an 81. And yeah, I think we might just run Bol actually at our backup center spot instead of Boban. Bol is actually going to be our power forward because we don't have a backup power forward. So this is what the rotation is going to look like. I need to get a better coach than Quinn Snyder, so I'll go and do that quick. And we will bring in Michael Stoffer, pace and space. Okay, the best system for us is probably triangle actually, or balance. We'll go with balance. And we'll just simulate this first season and we'll see how good this team is, and hopefully we can win a championship in the first year. So I'll catch you guys at the end of the season. So Giannis did win MVP. We ended up with 59 wins, which is way better than I thought this team was going to be because they really weren't that great looking. But a really good stat line from Giannis as MVP. Zion won Rookie of the Year. Michael Carter-Williams, 6th man. Kawhi won Defensive Player. Luka won Most Improved. And then Michael Stoffer won Coach of the Year. So Giannis made All-NBA first team. And we don't have anybody on any other teams except for All Defense. Giannis also made that. So we are the 1 seed. We're going up against the Denver Nuggets. Let's go look at the season stats quick before we get too far into the playoffs. Giannis averaged 31, 8, and 12 about. CJ averaged 20. TJ Warren had a good season. Robert Covington didn't have a great season, but whatever. We can trade him. Mitchell Robinson played pretty well. Taj Gibson actually played decent for being our starting power forward. So we'll simulate this first round and see how good the Denver Nuggets are. We go up 2-0, 3-1, 4-1. We do win. And now we're going up against New Orleans. Let's go see who New Orleans has on their team. They have Lonzo Ball, Tyreek Evans, Mikal Bridges, John Collins, and Bam Adebayo. So this is actually a pretty decent team. Hopefully we can win. So I'll simulate this first game. We go up 1-0. And 2-0, 3-0, 4-0. The New Orleans Pelicans now to go up against the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals. The Lakers do have Eric Bledsoe, Norman Powell, Jimmy Butler, Paul Millsap, and Rudy Gobert. So that's actually a really good team. They might be better than us, but I don't think they can stop Giannis as our point guard. So first game we go up 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 4-1. Now we're going up against the 76ers in the NBA Finals. And who do the 76ers have now? Chris Paul, Andre Roberson, OG Anunoby, Nemanja Bjelica, and Joel Embiid. So actually a pretty decent team, but I don't think they're any better than the Lakers, who we just beat in the Western Conference Finals. Joel Embiid's going to be tough, but Mitchell Robinson hopefully can handle him. So simulate the first game, and we go down 0-1. And we were 4-0'd by the 76ers. So I took them a little too lightly, and we did not win with Giannis as our point guard, which is pretty unfortunate. But we will get into the offseason, and we will see what we have to do now. So we do have the 20th pick, and then we traded, and the 21st pick, and we traded away the 29th pick to the Grizzlies. So I don't know if I want to draft with both those picks or if I want to try and trade up with them. So I'll see what we do there. But let's go to staff signing quick. We have to get an assistant GM, so we will offer Michael Williams. We'll offer him quite a bit of money to try and become our assistant GM because realistically they'll help with trades and everything. So we'll offer him like $600K. And we'll see if he signs, and he does sign. So we're good. So we're going to take Vernon Carey here, and then probably Daniel Oturu with the next pick. Yeah, we'll take Daniel Oturu here. So now we'll just simulate to the end of the draft, sign those two, and get into the rest of the season. So we're going to decline Taj Gibson's team option because it is $9 million, and I don't really want to pay him that much. Anthony Davis, DeMar DeRozan, and Andre Drummond all declined their options for this offseason as well. And we'll extend the qualifying offer to Frank Jackson. Why not? Maybe we'll bring in like Alex Len. And Alex Len is signing with us. Try and throw an offer at Marvin Williams as well. And he signed. So we look to be good. So we'll get in through free agency, and then we'll see what the team looks like at the start of the season. So we still have Giannis, who is going to play a different position this year, probably center. So I might move Mitchell Robinson to power forward. We have Robert Covington. So team's still pretty decent, and our rookies are getting better from last year. So we have only one training camp. So we are probably going to send untapped potential to Bol. And I think that's probably the best move we can make there. So now we got to see what position we want Giannis to play. So he's not going to play point guard. Shooting guard, he'd be a 98. Small forward, 99. Power forward, 98. So center will be a 94. So we'll definitely run him there. And then we'll have Mitchell Robinson be our power forward. He's up to a 90. So let's see what positions we need. We need a better point guard than Kobe White. And the bench is actually pretty solid. So yeah, I mean, I'll just make a couple moves and bring in hopefully a better point guard than Kobe White and have him come off the bench. So if I trade Robert Covington and Vernon Carey plus a 22 first round, I could get DeJounte Murray to be our starting point guard. Or I could bring in Dennis Schroeder. I think I like the DeJounte Murray one because he's going to keep getting better. And Harry Giles, honestly, isn't a terrible person to have come off the bench either. So this is what the starting lineup would be. TJ Warren will slide in there for Robert Covington. And then off the bench, we need a small forward. So I'm going to trade Alex Len for just a decent small forward. And hopefully that would be all we will need for this season. So we're going to bring in Andre Roberson. And he can turn into a small forward. And his overall should go up to like an 80 or an 81. So we'll do that quick here. 82 actually, so that's really nice. So here's our rotation for year number 2 with Giannis at center. And we have DeJounte Murray, CJ McCollum, TJ Warren, Mitchell Robinson, Giannis, and then off the bench, George Hill, Andre Roberson, Kobe White, Bol, and Harry Giles. I'm going to see if I can send like Daniel Oturu to the G League. If I can, I will. And we can. So we'll send him to the Salt Lake City Stars. And now we will just simulate the second season and hope that the team can win us a championship this time around. So a very solid season again. We end up with 61 wins, 21 losses. Anthony Davis won MVP this year. James Wiseman Rookie of the Year. 6th man went to Wendell. Kawhi won Defensive Player. And then Ja won Most Improved, with Michael Stauffer again getting Coach of the Year. This time, Giannis is on the All-NBA first team. Not as a point guard anymore. He is a center this time. And did he make the defensive team either? He did make the all-defensive first team as well. So he has an MVP, 2 all-NBA first teams, and 2 all-defensive first teams. So really solid start to this individually, but we do need to win a championship because we did not get one with him at point guard. Let's go look at the stats before we get into simulating the playoffs. Giannis averaged 25 and 12. CJ averaged 16. So Bol actually played really well. He's up to an 81, which is really nice to see, because he will be here for a long time. And yeah, so we'll simulate the first round. We're going up against Golden State, and they have Ja, Derek White, Keldon Johnson, Rui Hachimura, and Montrezl Harrell. So we'll simulate the first game. We go up 1-0. And we're up 2-0, 3-0, and 4-0. Going up against Memphis this time. Memphis now has Darius Garland, Luka Doncic, Andrew Wiggins, Obi Toppin, and Miles Turner. Hopefully, Luka does not just go crazy against CJ McCollum, but we will see. We go up 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 3-1, 3-2, 4-2. We end up winning that series as well. Now we're going up against the 2-seeded Oklahoma City Thunder, who have Jamal Murray, James Harden, Jarrett Culver, Brandon Clark, and DeMarcus Cousins. That's a pretty solid team. Kind of scares me a little bit. We go down 0-1. And can we tie it back up? We do. We're up 3-2. 4-2 we win. We're going into the finals against the Miami Heat and Anthony Davis this year. So who else do the Miami Heat have besides AD? They have Kemba, Donovan Mitchell, Rodney Hood, and Cantor. So that's actually a really solid team too. Hopefully we can steal this series. And we lose again. So Giannis could not deliver a championship as a point guard or a center. Hopefully we can get some in his more natural positions like power forward, small forward. Even shooting guard, he's like a 98. So hopefully this is where we start winning championships. So we are going to accept the team options on Mitchell Robinson and George Hill. And then Kobe White's second-year team option as well. And here are all the options that have been declined, everything like that. So we are going to also extend our qualifying offers to these 3. And now we have to get Giannis back. Okay, so it looks like Giannis is signing with the Rockets. So now we're going to have to go over and take control of the Rockets and win a championship with him that way because I was not able to re-sign him. So I'll go do that quickly here, and then we'll move on from there. So this is our new team now. We have Giannis, Brandon Ingram, Jaylen Brown, Rajon Tucker, and a couple young guys down here. So unfortunately, we don't get to bring all the players that we had on the Utah Jazz, but that's okay because this team's not too bad either. So I'll simulate all the way through training camps. We'll get Giannis to maybe a shooting guard because that's his least natural position, and hopefully we can win a championship with him there. So with our 2 training camps, we're sending untapped potential to Rajon Tucker, and then also untapped potential to maybe Zaire Smith or this Floyd guy. Yeah, William Floyd. I don't even know if that's a real player. I doubt it is. But we'll advance to next season and start rebuilding this team. I don't know how much help they're really going to need. So I actually have Jaylen Brown and Brandon Ingram. So do I run Ingram at power forward? I'm going to have to figure out what to do because I have to have Giannis at shooting guard. I could have Jaylen Brown run small forward for us. And Ingram could also run power forward, I guess, for this season. And then Giannis can be shooting guard. So we need a center. Because right now we have, I don't know how to say this guy's name, but we have him as our center, and that's not going to be good enough. So we will have to go make some trades. And we're probably going to bring in Mo Bamba and Doug McDermott. Okay, so Mo Bamba will be our starting center. We also need a starting point guard. Or I can bring in Jonas Valanciunas and then probably flip him for a point guard. So that's what we're going to do. Don't need him. A couple picks. We should be able to get a really solid point guard out of this. And that point guard will be Colin Sexton. We're also bringing in Tyus Jones, who may come off the bench for us. So this is what the rotation looks like as of now. We do not want Floyd starting. We want Colin Sexton starting. I'll have to change him to a point guard because he's at a shooting guard technically right now. And then off the bench we have Floyd, Tucker. We can trade Tyus Jones and Damian Lee. We need something other than a shooting guard and point guard off the bench. So first off, we'll go change Colin Sexton to a point guard. He'll probably go down a little bit. Yeah, 84, which is fine. So here's our new small forward in OG Anunoby. He's an 82. He'll come off the bench for us. And we will also trade to get a backup center better than Muscala. And Daniel Tour will come. We had him on the other team, and now he's coming back here to be with us here in Houston. So the rotation as of now looks like this. And we can run Knicks there. We have a 10-man rotation. We have Mike D'Antoni. Is that the best system for us? 7 seconds is actually 4.5 stars, which is pretty crazy. So we'll keep D'Antoni, and we will run this. And we'll simulate this season. Hopefully, finally, we can win a championship in the 3rd season. So I'll catch you guys when the season is over. So we went 62-20 this year. Luka won MVP. Cade Cunningham Rookie of the Year. Dennis Schroeder won 6th Man. Anthony Davis won Defensive Player of the Year. And then Lauri Markkanen won Most Improved, with Mike D'Antoni winning Coach of the Year. And this time, we do not have an All-NBA first team for Giannis. Not even on... Giannis is on the second team, though, as a guard. And he's also on All-Defensive first team, which is good to see. We end up as the number 1 seed. We're going up against Phoenix. Who does Phoenix have? Damian Lillard, Grayson Allen, Kevin Porter Jr., Jeremy Grant, and Rashawn Holmes. So an okay team, but we should beat them. Let's look at stats quick. Giannis averaged 23, 12, and 7. Brandon Ingram had a nice season. Colin Sexton had a nice season. Jaylen Brown was actually a little bit disappointing, but that's okay. Also, William Floyd played really well. He's up to an 81, so that's good to see. Whether we have him for the rest of the video or if he gets traded, I don't know. But we're up 2-0, 3-0, and we 4-0 the Phoenix Suns. Time to go up against the Denver Nuggets, who again have Lonzo Ball, Paul George, Miles Bridges, Bol, and Tristan Thompson. So Bol is back in Denver now instead of with the Utah Jazz, and we go down 1-0. But we win the next 4 games and we win 4-1. We're going up against Memphis in the Western Conference Finals. They have Markelle Fultz, Luka, who is now going to be guarded by Giannis, which is probably a better matchup. Then we have Andrew Wiggins, Jason Tatum, and Miles Turner. So that's a really good team as well. Hopefully we can steal the first game here. And we do not. We're up 3-2. Hopefully we can win. And we do win. We're in the finals against the Orlando Magic, who have Jalen Brunson, Jalen Green, Cedi Osman, John Collins, and Andre Drummond. I'm not sure how this team got to the finals. They should not be a 1 seed, I don't think, but now they say that they'll probably beat us. We're up 1-0. 4-1 we win, and we finally win a championship with Giannis. This time he is a shooting guard. He averaged 26, 9, and 7 in the playoffs, or in the finals. He won finals MVP, so he is racking up a ton of awards. Let's get into this 4th season. Let's put Giannis at small forward or power forward, probably power forward. We'll keep Jaylen Brown as shooting guard then. Brandon Ingram will go back to small forward, and we should have a pretty good season. If we need an assistant GM, we will sign David Johnson. So throw him an offer. We also need a new trainer. So after I throw David Johnson an offer, we'll figure out who that trainer is going to be. We'll go with Gregory Peterson, and we'll give him a lot of money, so then hopefully he does sign with us instead of going with any of those other 10 offers he has. So we'll give him like $400,000. Hopefully that's enough. And we bring in both the assistant GM and the trainer, so that's good. We'll get out of that, and we will go through the draft all the way to team player options, see if we have any options we have to fill out. And we'll pick up Daniel Turu's team option. It's only for like $1.74 million, and he's already an 81. Here's everybody else that declined and accepted. We'll extend qualifying offers to all of these players except for whoever that top guy was. And we'll get into free agency. I doubt we have any money. Yeah, we don't really have any money. So we'll see who we can afford. We could maybe bring in Duncan Robinson. So we'll negotiate this contract with him. And he looks like he's signing. And we will see where Colin Sexton gets an offer from, and if we need to match it. And if he doesn't get an offer, we should just get him back on the qualifying offer, which is good. Mo Bamba got an offer. We will match this $15 million deal that he signed, and Colin Sexton, a bunch of guys accept the qualifying offers. So Giannis is a 99 at shooting guard, but he will be changed to a more natural position this coming season. Jaylen Brown will also go back to shooting guard, so he should go up. Brandon Ingram should go up to a 90 at small forward. So this season's going to be a lot of fun, I think. Go to training camps, send some people somewhere, probably like some of our rookie and second year players. Hopefully they can develop a little bit and bring us our 2nd championship in a row. So we have 3 camps this time. Untapped potential will be going to Mo Bamba. Untapped potential to, no, not free throw. Untapped potential to maybe Colin Sexton, and then we'll probably throw into that Floyd guy down here, or Rajon Tucker. Yeah, Rajon Tucker. Okay. So again, the season, do a few things. We probably don't have to do a lot of work to this team, and then we will simulate the 4th season, see if we can win our 2nd championship. So we have Giannis, who will be a power forward. Yep, he's a 99 at all of them. Jaylen Brown will go down to shooting guard. He's actually an 89, and then Brandon Ingram will be a 91. Mo Bamba will be our starting center. Colin Sexton starting point guard. Off the bench, we have a shooting guard, a point guard, a small forward. So really, we just need a backup power forward. Yeah, so we'll try and find a backup power forward. Jackson Hayes could come in and be backup power forward. Also bring in Obi Toppin. Or we could get Rui Hachimura. But I like the Jackson Hayes one because he can actually be our backup center, and then our backup power forward can be Obi Toppin. Wow, that's a good backup power forward to have, Kenny Wooten, which I might do and then trade Obi Toppin, actually. Yeah, we'll bring in Wooten and we'll trade Obi Toppin. And we're going to bring in Theo Maledon, who's an 80 overall, but he should develop a little bit. So we don't need Bobby Portis in the lineup. We'll give those minutes to Obi Toppin. And that's the rotation. We'll make sure that our system's still good. 7 seconds is still the best. So we'll run with that. We'll simulate this season. Hopefully Giannis, as a power forward, is good enough to bring us a championship. So Cade Cunningham actually wins most valuable player, averaging 35 points, which is really ridiculous because he's only in like his 2nd season. Imani Bates won Rookie of the Year. Markelle Fultz, 6th man. Anthony Davis, Defensive Player of the Year. Cade Cunningham, also Most Improved. And Mike D'Antoni won Coach of the Year. We won 59 games this season. Giannis, All-NBA first team, and also defensive first team. So we are the 1 seed. We're going up against the Denver Nuggets, who have Bol. Oh, they don't have Bol anymore. They have Lonzo Ball, Paul George, Ben McLemore, Zach Collins, and Tristan Thompson. So we definitely should win this series. We go up 1-0. And we sweep them. We're going up against Dallas this time, who just swept New Orleans. Dallas has Jalen Johnson, Killian Hayes, Kevin Knox, Jaren Jackson Jr., and DeAndre Ayton. So we should be able to win this one as well. We go up 1-0. And we win the series 4-1. This time we're going up against the Clippers in the Western Conference Finals, who have Kyrie Irving, Brandon Boston Jr., Monty Bates, Kevin Love, and Alex Len. Simulating the first game, we win. And we win 4-2. We're going to the finals against the Raptors. The 4-seeded Raptors have Devontae Graham, Spencer Dinwiddie, Furkan Korkmaz, Pascal Siakam, and Clint Capella. So that's a good team. I think we should be a better team. Let's simulate the first game and find out. We go up 1-0. And we win 4-3. So game 7, we took over, and Giannis won MVP, Finals MVP, 24 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists. Good numbers from him. Let's check out the season stats, because I forgot to do that before the playoffs. Giannis averaged 22 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists. Sexton had a good season. Brandon Ingram had a good year. Jaylen Brown's a little bit down. We can maybe make some moves this offseason if we have to. I'm not sure who will all be back. So let's get into the offseason, and let's just simulate 2 free agent or team player options. I don't have any draft picks, anything like that. Brandon Ingram declined his player option, and Theo Maledon will accept his team option, so we'll advance. Anthony Davis also declined his player option. Other than that, no big names until we get to Montrezl Harrell. So we'll extend qualifying offers to these 4 not to Conchar, or these 3 not to Conchar or Javon Carter. And I'm guessing we have no money to play with here. I would like to bring Brandon Ingram back, which we should be able to do because he was on our team, so we can sign him over the cap. So I'll throw him a lot of money to come back. And are we at the top of his offers? We are at the top of his offers, so he should be coming back. And he does agree. So do we have any other money that we can throw at anybody like Markelle Fultz? Probably not, no. So who can we afford? Could bring in like Austin Rivers or Wanamaker, Shaq Harrison. A 34-year-old Bojan, sure. He has no offers, so we will throw him a contract. And then we'll just get out of free agency. And hopefully our team looks pretty solid so we can win our 3rd championship in a row. This time, Giannis will be a small forward, I think. And then I can have Brandon Ingram play power forward. So I can just switch their positions. So the team actually looks really decent. We'll go to training camps. We'll send some of your young guys to potential camp again. And hopefully we can three-peat and then finish off this challenge on a good note. So we'll send untapped potential to OG and maybe Rajon Tucker. And then we have one more. Who should I send that one to? Maybe Jaylen Brown. Yeah. Okay. I think we might have lost Colin Sexton in free agency. So I might need to make a move for a point guard or see if like Rajon Tucker is a point guard as a second position. I'm not really sure. So we'll see what the roster looks like. So quickly we will change Giannis to a small forward and Brandon Ingram to a power forward. And then Rajon Tucker's backup position is small forward. So we need a point guard. Theo Maledon isn't quite good enough. So maybe we'll bring in Patrick Beverley, I guess. Another thing I want to do is I want to just see what we can get for someone like Maledon, like Maledon or someone to play our starting point guard, because I don't know if he's good enough to really lead us this season. So we'll see if there's anybody better. If there's not, we will just kind of go on from there. Like Killian Hayes is a little bit better, so maybe I'll do that. Do I want to trade Hayes and then have to find a backup point guard, or trade for Hayes and have to find a backup, or just roll with what we have? I think I might just roll with what we have. This is what the rotation is going to look like, I guess. And we don't have a backup center, which is kind of rough, but can Kenny Wooten play that for us? Maybe. We'll just simulate this season and we will see what happens. 7 seconds is still the best system. So I'll catch you guys at the end of the season. Hopefully we can win our 3rd championship. So the team is alright, but I'm going to look at making some trades because I'm not really happy with how everybody's playing. I'll bring in Terrence Davis and Killian Hayes. I like this a little better. We'll reset the rotation. And now we're just going to keep simulating from here on out. And hopefully this team is good enough to win the championship now. So it seems like the team improved quite a bit after making those trades. Giannis ends up being MVP, so I think that's his 2nd or 3rd one. He averaged about 30 points, 12.5 rebounds, 7 assists. Justin James, Rookie of the Year. D'Angelo Russell, 6th man. James Wiseman, Defensive Player. Theo Maledon ended up being Most Improved. And then Mike D'Antoni won Coach of the Year. So Giannis made All-NBA First Team again. And he also made All Defensive First Team, so really good season from him. We are the 1 seed again, playing the Memphis Grizzlies, who have Darius Garland, Luka Doncic, Andrew Wiggins, Jason Tatum, Goga Bitadze. Shout out to Kendrick Perkins for the Andre Wiggins thing. We'll look at stats quick before I simulate that first round. So pretty decent stuff. We'll probably shorten the rotation up a little bit before we get into it. We'll go down to a 9-man, I think. Yep, and that's set. So now we will simulate the first round. First game, we go up 1-0. 2-0, 2-1, 3-1, and 4-1. We beat Luka. We're playing the Mavericks now, who have Theo Maledon, Rajon Tucker, Jalen Johnson, Jaren Jackson Jr., and DeAndre Ayton. This is a very solid team. I have a bad feeling about this. We go up 1-0, 2-0, 3-0. Okay, we 4-0'd them, so I guess my bad feeling was just that, a bad feeling. Nothing realistic. Now we're going up against the Timberwolves. Monte Morris, Terrence Clark, Kevin Knox. Yeah, I think we're a better team than this team. They're the 6th seed. So, game 1 we win. And 4-1 we're going to the NBA Finals against the Pacers this year. Pacers end up being the 3 seed, coming to the Finals. Kobe White, Alec Burks, Zaire Williams, Anthony Davis, and Onyeka Okongwu. So I'm going to have Giannis guard Anthony Davis. And then we should be good. So I'm looking at for the Pacers. And Anthony Davis is going to be guarded by Giannis. Okay. So that's set. Let's simulate game 1. Hopefully we can win. We go up 1-0. And we win 4-1. We beat the Pacers. Giannis wins his 3rd consecutive championship and his 3rd consecutive Finals MVP. He averaged 35, 14, and 6 in the Finals, which is crazy. We were able to win 3 out of the 5 championships in 3 of more natural positions for Giannis than like point guard and center. So thanks everybody for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you have any other players that you might want me to do this with, put those in the comment section. Might try it with LeBron. He's kind of old, but we'll see. Any other players, put them in the comments. I will definitely try it. Other than that, it's been TKE. It's been real. Peace out.